Hello, my name is Isaiah Addo, and I am a current member of the Alpha Alpha Epsilon Sigma chapter of Sigma Beta Club. I attend King High School, and I am in the 12th grade, and I plan to attend a university. I have chosen to respond to the prompt share a moment when you felt your identity was either challenged or celebrated in your educational setting. How will that experience shape your presence on campus? This is my response. Growing up as a black male in a predominantly white area was a challenge. The community around me was unfamiliar with the richness of my African and black culture, and I often found myself isolated in a sea of misunderstanding. As I navigated my childhood, my identity, specifically my blackness, was often the subject of ridicule. My hair, something so central to my sense of self, was often mocked for its texture, its curl, and the way it was so different. They'd make jokes about my puffy hair and ask to touch my hair like I was a zoo animal, not realizing that this was a reflection of my heritage, something deeply rooted in the history of my ancestors that is celebrated and beautiful. At the time these comments stung, they made me question my place in this environment, and I found myself trying to fit in with a culture that wasn't mine, just to avoid standing out. My culture, the way I dressed, even my black features became the butt of jokes, often reduced to stereotypes or misrepresented in ways that felt hurtful. Backhanded comments were made to make me feel like something was wrong with my culture, like it was less than, or a joke to those who didn't understand it. This made me feel alone even at such a young age. However, over time, something changed in me. As I matured, I learned to embrace the qualities that made me different. I began to see my hair not as a point of conflict, but as a crown and a symbol of pride. I strived to educate my peers about the significance of the foods I ate and the music I listened to. I learned to stand tall in my uniqueness and knowing that my background was not something to hide, but something to celebrate. The journey wasn't always easy. There was always moments where that the comments really got to me, and moments I wish I could blend in with the crowd. But I've never been a follower, and I found that the more I leaned into my heritage, the more I realized that my identity was a strength, that I never need to conform to be accepted, that I needed to be myself, and in doing so, I would attract people that appreciated me for who I truly was. And that I should not be ashamed because of the jokes and ridicule. That is a gift and is something that I should be proud of. That experience of growing into my identity shaped my perspective on the world, and it continues to influence how I approach every aspect of my life. As I look ahead at my presence on campus, I carry with me a sense of pride in my identity and culture. I know that diversity is something not just to tolerate, but something that should be celebrated. I am eager to share my experiences with others to help understand the weight of comments they make and to build connections with people from all backgrounds. My journey taught me the importance of creating spaces where everyone can feel comfortable being themselves. I have also learned that everyone does things differently in their culture and not to judge people, but to understand and respect everyone's culture. As I move on to this next chapter in my life, I will stay committed to giving everyone mutual respect and creating a safe space where cultural differences are celebrated and not mocked, and where everyone feels equal. I want to be the person that lifts others up, especially people who feel isolated or unseen just as I once did. In the end, my experiences have made me more patient, open-minded, and proud of who I am. I believe that embracing our differences and learning from each other is the key to building a stronger, more unified community. As I join this new chapter in my life, I will continue to honor and love my culture and my heritage and my identity, using them as tools to connect, inspire, and grow as a person.